I think a lot of people know this, but this is kind of a funny little piece of folklore here. You know, at the last reunion, Jeff and I lived together. This is before he was married, before Cindy. We were just new to Boston, and we lived in this beautiful apartment on the ocean that many of you visited during the last reunion.
Many.
Before the reunion, we thought we would tell them that we wanted to have a lot of our friends over for a little party, and we explained that they're from all over the world, you're going to love it. Well, they weren't as much up for a party as we were. And so, we're fine now, don't worry about us, but we got evicted after the last reunion.
Oh my God.
It's a true story. It all worked out. Hannah is sleeping next door, it is all good. But yeah, so it's kind of funny. I forgot about that actually until we got here, that was where it all started. But, so anyway, in that time...
And just to interject, I actually was, by all technical terms and definitions, homeless for a month.
Yeah.
And our dear friends, I think Danielle was involved, Lavina, moved me into storage, which I had to visit frequently because I was still operating a home office.
A homeless office.
Yeah, so it was interesting. My phone numbers were in limbo, and I was just, I stayed at Lavina's house while they were on vacation, and I sat for some fish and plants at another friend's house. Yeah.
It was complicated. It was a little complicated, but it all worked out. It all worked out. It all worked out. And I've had the same job the whole 5 years since the last reunion. I've been a religion teacher at a Catholic high school, an inner city Catholic high school, working with a lot of students who are have financial difficulties from minority groups and people on the margins. So it's been really, really wonderful. I also got a master's degree in religious education from Boston College, which I started doing because it was a good decision for my career, and it turned out to be completely transformative, just amazing experience. Really kind of like another Up With People kind of experience where I left changed. It was really wonderful. So, and now I'm about to do a big change in my life. I'm leaving Boston after 6 years, and I'm moving to a smaller city, Albany, New York, which is still in a great location though. It's 2 hours from New York City and 2.5 hours from Boston. And I'm going to start the process of priesthood. Those of you who probably remember that, vitamin G and all that stuff. But I haven't been ready. There's always been these things that I want to do first. I want to do this first, I want to do this first. And now I'm at a point where I realize I don't want to do anything else first. I want to do it. So I'm going to be starting the process. I'm going to teach middle school next year in Albany at a Catholic K-8 school. And then hopefully in 3 years, I'll be starting seminary somewhere. And my first choice seminary is in Belgium. So I hope to go to Leuven. So that's my hope. If that happens, then I'll hopefully be seeing some of you across the ocean a lot more.
Yeah, I still work in the same law office I already worked in before Up With People. I started there in '91. So I married last year and built up a house with my husband, my boyfriend husband. And yeah, life is good.
Okay. I moved around a lot in Denmark. I think I lived about 4 or 5 places since the last. I got my degree in social work about a year after our last reunion. So I worked as a social worker for a while, and then I got back into university. And last year I got my degree in educational psychology. So I've been working as that for a while. In companies, I don't work with kids. I work with, I think you said industrial.
It's like industrial psych, if anybody knows.
Yeah. I work at a company called Bang & Olufsen as
I do know. No, I do. I've seen it.
I know that too.
Yeah, they're in Boston, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in Boston.
as a human resource development consultant. So I do therapy and I do team building and I have different educations. Yes, that's it. Life is good.
Cool.
Oh, you have a great boyfriend too.
All right. I'm Lucas. For those of you who didn't recognize me, when I walked by, they're like, "Who is that? What's going on?"
You look a little different.
Yeah. I actually, since I haven't seen anybody really, Brooke and Heiko and a couple of others since the last day of our year, and since then I've been traveling quite a bit. I first was a flight attendant, moved to Minneapolis, did that for a while until September 11th. Then I went to school for interior design and architecture. After that, let's see, I ran out of money because I decided to go to a private school, and my parents were a little bit upset with that choice, and then I said, oh, I can pay for it, it's no big deal. So I got a job in order to pay for it, and I ended up going into restaurant management, and I started to help a company called Chipotle grow in Minneapolis for 4 years, and it's an all-natural food company. That wasn't owned by McDonald's at the time. McDonald's invested in them. I decided to leave. Stephanie and I kept in touch for 8 years, and we went over backpacking, and we went to Hope, and we never left Hope. We were supposed to be all over Europe, and yeah, so I immediately came back. I quit my job. I moved to Europe, married Stefan, and there I've been ever since. So now we're in a Lebenspartnerschaft in Germany, and we've been married since May of 2005. And we've kind of been living in Rome for a while, and in Munich, and now we're going back to Hope. So, yeah, and then eventually back here. So.
We're just having a fruit snack party over here. Obviously I'm a son. And I'm not a single mom, although it feels that way a little bit this weekend. Paul, Daddy, is still very involved in Up With People through the production company that he works for in Denver. So he was enjoying 77 do Moonrider when I was down there last time. So we live in Denver, and we take him around a lot. I work for a local school district right outside of Denver. You saw the smokestacks and oil refineries when you went through town all the time. Really lovely part. People actually live there, and I work there.
Commerce City?
Yeah, Commerce City. Yep.
Or what is it, Scott?
The Valley of the Lost Children, we used to call it.
Yeah.
We drove by the bus. Lisa Gaines said that.
But in French.
Thank you for helping.
6 years, and I've had a lot of lost children in that valley. It's very true. It's a really, it's a great community to work in, but it's tough and it's hard every day. But we have fun. I work with preschool and kindergarten children, so 3 to 6-year-olds, and we are just busy watching him. And very good. And Erick Long, we'll just throw that in really quick, was very, very sad. We had conference calls and everything, planning it, with a few other folks from other casts, and then at the last minute his boss said he had to be, and because he still likes to hear himself talk and still likes to hear himself laugh. So, but he's a dear friend.